Hey guys, and welcome back. Heading into today's NBA pick video play for March 15th, 2018. Going to be talking about this matchup here between the Detroit Pistons and the Denver Nuggets. Give our lean on who we feel has the better edge to cover this spread. The Detroit Pistons coming into this one today as about 8-point underdogs, and right now the consensus is pretty clear on people siding with Denver here at about 72% of the bets right now at this spread. Not a surprise considering how awful the Pistons have been on the road over the past month of action. I've pretty much thrown in the towel at this point for the Pistons. Ever since they made that trade for Blake Griffin, this team just hasn't been able to quite figure things out, more particularly on the road. But even before they traded for Griffin, the Pistons were fading off ever since really that injury to Reggie Jackson. And without a starting caliber point guard on this team, they went from a potential playoff team in the Eastern Conference to a squad that's really fallen apart here over the past month or so of action. It's unfortunate for the Pistons, but right now they're at 30-37 overall, and they pretty much haven't picked up anything in the way of road wins over the past couple months of action. The Pistons on the year right now, they're just 9-23 on the road. You compare them over to the Denver Nuggets, who have a great home court advantage and trying to compete for one of those spots in the Western Conference playoffs. The Nuggets are at 37-31 overall and a very respectable 26-10 at home. But the Pistons, watching that game that they had the other day against the Utah Jazz, was just very discouraging to see. The Pistons didn't even look like they belonged on the same court as Utah, losing to the Jazz by a final of 79-110. This was very much removed from the matchup we saw between those two teams a couple months earlier, where the Pistons went right down to the wire at home with Utah, losing that one by just a field goal. It was just a completely different story in the rematch here a couple months later, where the Pistons, they just don't look like the same team that they were earlier in the year. Perhaps if they had Reggie Jackson back in the lineup and are able to get him down the stretch, maybe they can create some type of momentum going into the offseason. But at this point, getting into the Eastern Conference playoffs just doesn't look like something that this Detroit team is going to be able to do. And a lot of that has just had to do with their offensive inconsistencies. They don't have enough guys that can put the ball in the basket consistently. When you have guys like Ish Smith, Stanley Johnson, Andre Drummond in your starting lineup, who you can't go to get consistent baskets from pretty much anywhere on the offensive side of the ball in the half court, that's just a big issue. The Pistons, they're 25th in the NBA in scoring average, 9th in total team defense. They have a negative plus-minus on the year of about negative 2.5 points. We compare them over to the Denver Nuggets, who are trying to push their way into that Western Conference playoff picture. Not going to be easy, and even right now with that record of 37-31 overall, the Nuggets are actually in last place in the stacked Northwest Division of the Western Conference. Right now, they're sitting behind Portland, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, and Utah. And to continue to stay in this highly competitive divisional race, the Nuggets need to take care of business against teams that they're favored against, especially on their home court. In their last outing, Denver came up short, losing on the road to the much improved Los Angeles Lakers by a final of 103-112. So they're going to be trying to bounce back here against a manageable opponent. During their last homestand, the Nuggets picked up back-to-back wins against the Sacramento Kings by 130-104, and also a win over the Lakers by a final of 125-116. The Nuggets, they've been at their best when they've been able to get up and down, run in transition. They're 8th in the NBA in scoring average, 21st in total team defense, a positive plus-minus on the year of a little over a point. And we like the direction that this Denver franchise is going in. As a whole, they have a number of intriguing young players that they're continuing to build around and develop. If Denver doesn't make the Western Conference playoffs this year, it's not the end of the world. We see bright things in the future for this Nuggets group as long as they continue to build around these young guys that are very intriguing prospects. But heading into this one, just given how awful Detroit looked in their last outing, they're probably going to be a bit defeated here coming into this tough road atmosphere going against the Nuggets. And with that being the case, we're going to go ahead and side with the home team, taking Denver, giving the 8 points as the better value play. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. You disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks for today over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.